Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
You're finished! Here I come!
Give it a whirl.
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Go get it.
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning
You're
condemned.
on!
Thunder!
It's
Blaze
over!
Blazer.
Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Leave the charges to me.
There you go. Don't let up. Get on in there with the others. Freeze
Rising
Lancer.
Wyvern! You're on! Rising
You are in
Wyvern!
tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
I could grow everything though. These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Glacial Spear. Here's the Earth.
This could be useful.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Take this!
I'll be saving this one! Here goes!
No further.
Up and at him! Let's go!
Rising Wyvern!
Now one of
Raging storm! Blow of fire!
Rising Wyvern!
Thunder field! Raging
Take
hurricane! Annihilation!
Rising Wyvern!
Into the battle! Dance in the wind! In here!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
Rising Wyvern!
Here and now!
Take
this!
Wind after
Rising
lightning!
Wyvern!
Blow away!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
To the fray!
Talon hurricane!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
this!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Now you see what I can
Got
do!
fires!
I've got this! Let a marksman
Rising Wyvern! All yours!
Go away!
Take this!
Dance in the wind!
Crush this time!
Looking at Astral Light?
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Ah! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Sky is mine!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning!
Rising Wyvern!
Energy!
Mirage!
Spirit Flame! Revolt!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
You require
Here!
Can't get out of this!
Talon Hurricane! There's more where that came from.
Looks like trouble with Capital T!
Together, we've got this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Anything in armor is all mine! Flying free!
Sion, can you take care of them?
Done.
Rising Wyvern! You're mine! No escape! Come and face me! Rising Wyvern!
In the sky, it's mine. This one's mine. I'll be saving
First strike! You're mine!
Just getting
Rising
started!
Wyvern! Mirage!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Dance in the wind.
Here! Lost my phone!
I'm on.
Rising Wyvern!
Mirage! Dance in the wind.
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around. Right, here goes! Rising Wyvern!
Armor won't save you! I'm surrounded!
Warrior dream!
Now I'm in the groove!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! This time! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Eat this! Suddenly! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Dance in the wind!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
We're on the home stretch now!
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
You're mine!
These little ones.
Less talking, more pummeling.
We can really make weapons with this? Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this!
Eagle Fly!
No escape!
I'm just
Here's a healing now.
Rising Wyvern!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
I'm like bait to them.
Rising Wyvern!
We are freaking invincible!
Alvin and the others truly are strong.
What about me? That's enough!
This time! No escape! It's over!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! 10 of
Empress Claw! Rising Wyvern!
Only getting
Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern!
Blah, blah, blah. Do it! Feel!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
I've been doing really great lately.
Forgive you!
Take this!
This is
Rising Wyvern!
Radiant here! Tempest Wall!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Eat this!
Dance in the wind! Radiant Field!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Wyvern!
All
Mirage!
Field!
Rising Wyvern!
Prepare to be sealed. Actually, sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
We're clean as house.
Let me take the rest of it!
Wow, someone's feeling lively. Where are you going?
First strike! Rising Wyvern!
Lightning Arm!
Eagle Fly!
Not today!
Here's the healing arm!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Now!
Ring left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I can feel my precision improving.
We got... got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here?
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Rising Wyvern!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I can carve through armor!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Eagle Fly!
Here I come! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back. Eat this!
That gun of yours is real handy at finish.
It takes a true marksman to use.
Well,
In an instant! Impact Claw! You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back. I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So it's still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
Let's dispose of the
Rising
trash.
Wyvern! You're on! I'm on! Rising Wyvern!
Dust to dust!
You're on! Rising Wyvern!
Armor won't save now! I'm in the groove!
Now!
You're on! Duel me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Mega Ray!
Eat this!
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Raging Storm! Razor
You're mine!
I think I'm getting stronger.
We should think about eating soon.
Really? Not all that hungry myself.
Don't make me say it again.
Yeah, good idea.
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine.
Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Hear me!
Duel me! In an instant! Impact Block! Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern!
One at a time!
You're on! Rising Wyvern! You're on! Duel me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Radiance here!
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Sweet now!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm all
You're on! Rising Wyvern! Strike! Rising Wyvern! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
No, I wasn't!
Little help!
Easter!
First strike! Here! Now! Here! Let me help!
Take this!
First
You're on!
I never miss!
Rising Wyvern!
Smash you!
You're on! Rising Wyvern!
Here!
You're on!
Radiant nail together! No!
Rising Wyvern!
Now!
All yours, Kisara!
Watch it!
Now I'm real mad!
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Do it!
Rising!
Hey! Blow them away!
No complaints from me.
Gotta break through! Rising Wyvern! All mine!
Don't mind if I do.
Blow away!
Easter!
Here's a healing art. First
Okay, here I go!
You require help.
That friggin' does it!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
You're on!
They got me flipped! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it! Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
You're on!
Freeze Lantern!
First
invincible!
Falcon and the others truly are strong! What about me? It's in the sky, it's mine! Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Rising!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This'll make us even... more formidable.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Lost! Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine!
Don't mind if I do!
That's enough! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Take this! Mirage! Crush!
It's over!
Here I come!
Annihilate!
Crush!
Hear me! Flame of
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart.
Mirage!
Here, let me help!
What's this?
Hang that!
Rising Wyvern!
Now!
We managed to pull through.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I'm free!
Rising
To sit still!
Shia, can you take care of them?
To me, that's and done.
No place here!
Rising Wyvern! We're cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Wow, someone's feeling lively.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this! Mirror escape! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Wow, that was a nice move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my move!
Guess I misread the landing.
Get lost!
Rising Wiper!
Where are you going?
You're on! I'm on! Rising Wiper! You're on! Rising Wiper! You're on! Burn it hell!
Now!
Cover me! In an instant! Impact block!
Back into the
Damn
fray!
it!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
You're on!
Eat this! I'll be radiant here! Do it! A banana! Let's go!
In a bind? Bullseye, Xion! Nuts!
Rising
Out
Wiper!
of my sight or you'll get hit!
Cover me! In an instant! Impact block!
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
Out of our way!
Rising Wiper! You're on!
Don't mind if I do!
Rising Wiper! You're on! This
I
was
never
all mine!
miss!
Rising Wiper!
Whoa!
You're on!
I can carve through armor!
Rising Wiper!
You're
on!
Look sharp!
Lightning Thunder Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! You're on!
The tide of battle has turned! That's the power of comrades in arms!
Right. Comrades in arms.
What?
Rising Wiper!
The enemy lives on too.
You'll soon see about that.
Rising Wiper! You're on!
Do it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Rising
Watch
Wiper!
this!
You're on!
I can feel my precision improving.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why? Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Die.
Mirage!
Enjoy.
Rising
Here.
Such a can't get out of... You pay for that! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Breaking storm!
Rising Wyvern!
Go! I'm only getting radiant here!
Rising Wyvern! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
Take this. Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
You picked the wrong fight!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Rollerblade!
Such a failure.
Stay away from my friend!
Get on there with together!
In a bind?
Resuscitation! Lightning arm!
Rollerblade!
Annihilation! Radiant pierce!
Flash!
Nova!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen,
Shion!
thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, You were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Dahnan astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can. Can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
What's that big tower over there?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe them from afar.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
This way, I guess. Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because we're flying free.
Now!
Shia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that.
Rising Sun!
Rising
Wyvern! Roar!
Now!
I'm just getting started.
Air thrust!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's
Nicely done, Xion.
Here's left. Step it up.
Yeah. You got it.
First strike!
Rising
You made
Wyvern!
quick work of them.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
All yours, Kisara.
Lightning condemned!
First strike!
Watch this!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Can't get out of this!
Can't be
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Mirage!
Shining supernova! Raging cascade! Where are you going? In here!
Now you see what I can
Let's
do!
get you all tucked away.
Burn!
Criminal Aqua!
Talon Hurricane!
Raging
Rising Wyvern!
Ring Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Excited! One more!
Rising!
Thunder
Mirage!
Raging
Rising Wyvern!
Alligator!
Mirage!
Sleep now!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning condemned!
Mirage!
I'm surrounded!
You're mine!
Ring left! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
First strike!
All mine!
Mirage!
Sleep now! This is
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Supernova!
Glacial Spear.
mess with me!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Here's a healing art.
Easter!
First aid. That's fun.
Glacial Steel!
Here's the Eater.
Carve through armor!
Mirage!
Freeze Lancer. This one's mine. Storm.
Where are you going?
Mirage!
I'll finish
Here's a healing art. First
Rising
aid.
Wyvern! Piston!
Flame of
Not today!
Glacial Spear. Here's the Eater.
Rising Wyvern!
Storm. Raging Cascade. Here's the healing art.
Stay away from my friends! Rising Wyvern!
They're all coming after me.
I'm coming, Redwell!
I'm not scared. I'm totally fine.
Demon Fang! Ignite! Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from
Totally!
death.
In an instant! Impact Claw!
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Rising Wyvern!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form. Nothing new about
Rising
that.
Wyvern!
And still as humble as ever.
What's this?
Mirage!
Storm!
Alright.
Do it! Reload! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Here I go.
Crumble!
Lightning Condensed!
Mirage!
Ready!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising
Do
Wyvern!
it!
Reload! Light Burst Force!
Radiant Genesis! Searing Flame! Reload!
Mirage! Easter!
Air! Here,
Now you
let me
see
help.
what I can do!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
Far enough!
Mirage!
Back into the fray! Let the marksman handle this!
Rising Wyvern!
Take this! No further!
Tempest Whirl!
Rhythmic
Mirage!
Tear!
Do it! Here!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Lightning Condensed!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that!
Here's a healing art!
Rising Wyvern!
Damn it!
Mirage!
Only I'd been more careful!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Here's a healing art!
Mirage!
Still got some time left.
Not the slightest!
Raging Cascade! Back from death in here!
Demon Fang!
Over?
Sleep now. Sealed! I'll bring you back from death to this. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Ready to go! Back from death to this. Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Demon Fang!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
You pay for that!
Carve through armor!
Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust!
No further!
You get the gist.
Far enough!
Air thrust! Lava! Air thrust! You get the gist. Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Sleep now. This'll come in handy. Crossblade! Close one! Mom! Dad!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that! No further! Denied! Eagle die! I'm such a failure.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies! Whoo!
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Dahnan leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix. Not this way, I guess.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Whoa. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadheim.
This isn't Deadheim's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renins as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renins. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadheim signed up to be a rebel so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Dahnans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renins here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renins out of Niez, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Dahnans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renins just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renin lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zeugle. Plus, Niez is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renins are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy? Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Dahnans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
There's no point in reading it unless you plan on making it.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after...
What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like our cue to step in and help.
Mm-hmm. Well... I see. Hmm. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues or something?
Hey, maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
wonder if something happened.
Oh, yeah? How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey.
Good.
Really? What? Yes!
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes!
Over there.
Huh? Yes!
All right.
Yes!
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure, as long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind. Get here faster.
We've reached our destination.
You guys want to rest here?
Not this way, I guess.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Hey, isn't that what we've been trying to find?
What's this thing?
Is this the so-called legendary instrument?
Actually, I think it's one of the freight train parts that I was using for a sword.
I'm sure anything will be fine. We should take it.
We finally made it.
I'm not so sure. How's this?
I see.
Great! Huh? Hmm?
Agreed.
Dohalim.
I can't believe you managed to shoo off that irritating bard.
Had we brought him along, it would have livened up our journey considerably.
You know, maybe you're right. We could have hit it off.
Yeah, and the two of you could be irritating together.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hootle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey!
Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this.
All right.
No.
Sure.
Really now.
Yes! What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the Guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Let's dispose of the trash.
Rising Wyvern! Eagle Fly! Rising Wyvern!
By the power
Take
of
this!
water! These ones can run rings around us!
Rising Wyvern!
Like
You're on!
Reload! Hear me!
Rise up!
Ring of Fury! Burning Fire!
You're on! Rising Wyvern!
you!
You're on!
We've turned the tables on him. Leave the ensnaring to me.
Eat them!
Let's go!
Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern! You're on!
In a bind?
This'll come in handy. Searing Flame!
Rising Wyvern! You're on! Rising Wyvern!
Nothing gets between. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
Maybe something's going on in the forest. I think Hoodle senses something.
Why didn't the Renans
Ow!
Take it!
Rising
I never
Wyvern!
miss!
Eat this! You're on! Rise this
Shining
one's all mine!
Supernova! Raging
Rising Wyvern! Burn in hell!
Hear me!
Rising Wyvern!
Burning strike!
Glacial
Do it!
Spear.
Here's Evo! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Healing sword! Alright!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Sleep now!
Rising Wyvern! Strike! Mirage! I'm on a roll now! Rising Wyvern!
Let me help!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
One at a time!
Mirage! Strike! Prepare to be free!
That's quite a talent.
Your father once
told the same remark. So even my dad noticed, huh?
I've still got a ways to go! An opponent like this should be easy.
Here! Who danced in the wind? Radiant air!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! You're mine! I'm on it! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Flying
You're
free!
mine!
Why can't they just sit
Enough
still?
now! Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this!
Light action never miss!
I'm on it! Rising Wyvern!
I'll do it! Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
Mega Ray! Lightning! Downfall!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm just
Mirage!
Demons descend! Flashing bang! Yeah, I look pretty flashy out there.
So glad it met with your approval.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it. Let's dispose of the trash.
Lightning descend!
Easter!
Thunderblade!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
It can hide itself?
Armor won't save you!
Amazing!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
No further! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
These fists have got your name on them!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's a healing orb!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Glimmer Blast!
Watch
This
this!
one's mine! Raging storm!
I'm on it!
Rising Wyvern!
Tear!
Mega ray!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc!
Too much! Ignite!
Fury! Burning strike!
Demon Fang!
Spear!
Swallow Blade! Demon Fang!
Nice while it lasts.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help!
Now you see what I can do!
First
I
aid!
owe you one! Mirage!
Flame of thunder!
Throbs in pain.
Here's Evo!
Watch it!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Raging cascade!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
In here!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Freeze Lancer!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
I'll come you back from death to this!
Rising Wyvern!
Mirage!
Not my finest!
Let me help!
You'll pay for that! Not today!
Lightning orb!
Rising Wyvern!
Annihilation!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Mirage!
If it's in
Rising
here,
Wyvern!
it's mine!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Raging
Astral
Here
Arts?
goes! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Where are you going?
Now or never!
Take
Swallow Blade!
No further!
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Knowing when we're in too deep is necessary to survive.
We may tend to push ourselves a little too hard.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
Hey, it's that ingredient.
Yeah, the one for that recipe.
You always have an eye for food.
Here's a healing arc!
Rising Wyvern!
Thunderblast!
Glacial
Spear! Pierce
Mirage!
Eat this!
Not today! Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Use my help! Now!
Got fire!
Frozen! Hammer! Use a healing arc!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
Rising Wyvern!
Eat this!
Mirage!
Wind Astral Energy! A banana! Let's go!
Eat this! Rising Wyvern!
Mirage! Here's a healing
Take
arc!
this!
Lightning Confirmed! Thunderblast!
Come and get it! I'll finish you
Rising
here and
Wyvern!
now!
Mirage!
Do it! Lock! Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
I owe you one.
Dance in the
Rising
wind!
Wyvern!
Air thrust!
Looks like we got them all.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Is there a reason you're looking at me so intently?
Shion's kind of turned into the local fashion critic in our group.
So this is what lords like you wear. Certainly looks the part. I can tell at a glance what high quality everything is.
It's not often Shion's that impressed. You wear a lot of rings too, don't you?
They were a gift, purchased rather cheaply, or so I was told.
What's your definition of cheap, exactly?
I believe it was around 100 to 200,000 gold.
What? If my wolf head cost 10 gold, then that'd mean... Holy crap! They cost 1,000 times more?!
10,000 times more.
If he sold those things off, I bet he could build a damn mansion with them.
At the very least, he'd never go hungry the rest of his life.
You're all beginning to sound alarmingly interested in my rings.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? That unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Dahnan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dahna, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Dahnan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master Core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Dahnan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Dahnans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Dahnans and the deaths of Renans.
Dahnans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Hey, Rinwell. What was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Dahnan hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dahna to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
Good. This came out just the way I hoped.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is...
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too. Oh, crap. The spice is burned. Well, at least the meat's coming along nicely. All right. Now I just flip it over, and then...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion. Perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
A fish! You saw it too! Right? Dispose of the trash.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Here's a healing cascade!
Rising Wyvern!
Now we're not... Air thrust!
That's what I did for shooting too high.
Rising Wyvern! Eat this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I'll smash you!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I never miss!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Lightning! Downfall! Wind astral energy! I'm just getting started! Raging cascade! Here!
Rising Wyvern!
This'll come in handy!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
It was nice while it lasted.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Take this!
It's time! Raging storm! I'll take it from here! Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Talon Storm!
All mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
I'll smash you!
Rising Wyvern!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that. What a relief.
Burn in hell!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I never miss!
Rising Wyvern!
Thunderblade!
The enemy wields ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
Mirage!
Annihilation! Raging storm!
Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Up!
Air blockade!
Rising Wyvern! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
piece of cake!
What a relief! Mirage! Watch it! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Anything in armor is all
Ignite!
mine! Spearing Photon Attack! I will!
Eat this!
Flare
I'll smash
Tornado!
you!
Light Axe Dance in the wind!
Eat this! Rising Wyvern!
Hurricane!
Mirage!
Eagle!
Now I'm in the groove!
Thunderblade! Radiant Pierce!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Here's a healing arc!
I'm on Rising Wyvern!
Hurricane! By me!
Mirage! Stay away from my friend! No further! Rising Wyvern!
I'm out! It was nice while it lasted.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I never miss!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising
Here's a
Wyvern!
healing arc!
Mirage!
Anything in armor is all mine!
This one's all mine!
Glacial Spear! Repair the evil!
Ignite! I'm on it!
This
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this!
Deus Roar! Dance in the wind! Here's a healing arc!
In here!
Aid!
Mirage! I'm on it!
A banana! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara. Hey, what?
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
One more!
Rising Wyvern!
Radiant
Mirage!
Hold together. Just a little longer.
Thanks for the sympathy!
Get it together. We need you in more.
Photon Flash! Lightning together!
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Now you see what I can do!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
There's a healing arc! First aid!
Oh no! It's too much!
Searing flame! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Here, let me help! Lightning attack! I'll fix you up!
Eat dirt!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
I can't eat anymore.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
Gotta break through! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Marksman handle this. Back into the fray!
Blow away!
It's over! I never miss!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Gemini Alpha!
Prepare to be sealed!
Here,
In a
let me
bind!
help.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Armor won't save you!
Recover!
Hey, that...
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Not today!
Raise the healing
I'll
arm!
finish you here now! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Can't do wall! I'm taking too much damage! Here, let me help! Heal! First aid! More reduction!
You're mine!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Lightning condemns! Here, let me help!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! It's time!
Watch this! I'll smash you!
Rising Wyvern!
You see what happened there as you crossed me?
Mirage!
Shouldn't have done that.
Burn!
Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc! First
I owe you one!
Mega Red! I can't feel anything!
You'll pay for that!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
Leave the charges to me.
Here's a healing arc! I've still got some fight
I
in me.
really owe you one.
It's too much!
I don't feel so good.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Everything looks fine with the lore. All right, let's do this. Now, where might those fish be? Yeah! All right. That's not a fish I see often.
I don't recognize that fish. Is it okay to eat?
Where should I cast my line? Yeah! There we go. That's not a fish I see often.
Wow, what an awesome fish you caught!
Okay, change of plans. Yeah. Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. There we go. I reeled us in a big one.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
Get lost!
Rising Wyvern! Now I can let loose. Rising Wyvern! I'm on it! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! I'm not done! Come and face me! Now you see what I can do! Take this! I'm not... You picked the wrong wife!
Another one down!
We're thinning them out.
Rising
We
Wyvern!
more like me. I'll admit I'm impressed. Very slightly.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Eat this!
Rising
Where are
Wyvern!
you going?
You know, Law, watching you really makes me realize
Makes you realize what?
maybe thinking too much gets in the way sometimes.
Exactly! Don't think. Just keep swinging.
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Mahag Sar, a land where the winds scar and the clouds stretch far.
Kisara? What is he doing?
Reciting a poem, apparently. Just let him be.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Talon Storm! Burn in hell!
Thunder Field!
Tectonic Radiant!
I'm on a roll now!
Rising Wyvern!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Searing
Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Gotta break through! Rising Wyvern! I'm on! Coming! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Back into the fray!
First strike! Say no more! Got it!
There! Well done! And again!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
With this, I can become even stronger!
Here goes! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! Storm!
Rising Wyvern!
Here I go! I never miss! Light Astrolatus! Light Hurricane! Here I go!
It's on!
I'm only getting all stuffed up!
Rising Wyvern!
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that
Eat
way.
this!
What about you?
Just one see.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Okay, here I go. Prepare to be sealed or fleet of foot. Actually, that sounds more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
There! Got you! Annihilate! Raging Storm! Annihilation! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Burn!
Annihilation!
Rising Wyvern!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I'm ready for the next battle. Maybe something's going on in the forest. be a delicious piece of
Rising
cake!
Wyvern!
I never miss!
Mirage! Talon Hurricane!
Feeling of fury!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm on hard steel! Here!
Mirage!
Here, let me help.
Demon Fang!
Grenade!
Demon Fang!
Raging storm! Manta ray!
Demon Fang!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! Dance in the wind! In here!
Take this!
Let's get into the fray!
Mirage!
I can carve through.
One more!
Rising
Not
Dawn!
your dreams! Steer it
Mirage!
No one in the good.
Here, let me help!
Rising Wyvern!
Flare tornado! Go!
I'm on a roll now.
Ha! You picked the wrong fight! Rising Wyvern!
I really owe you one.
Mirage! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Focus, Manuel. You can't rely on yourself.
Don't be a martyr. You've got all your friends.
Rising
I'm
Wyvern!
Thanks.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Attack time.
Mirage!
These fists have got your name on them. Damn it. Only I'd been more careful. No
Bring you
further.
back from death's abyss.
Denied.
Let me help.
I owe you one. What? I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got a
Rising
newcomer.
Wyvern!
Yes, ma'am.
Mirage!
Eat this. Talon Hurricane.
Glacial Sphere. That's gonna smart.
Rising Wyvern!
Freeze
Mirage!
laser.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Rising Wyvern!
Raging storm.
We're doomed.
Pull it together, Law.
Sorry, right. I'm calm.
Rising Wyvern!
Armor won't save you.
Not today!
Here's the freeze laser.
I'm on it.
Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Rob's in pain.
Rise!
Ready to go.
Can't be happening.
You pay for that!
A new lease on life.
Rising Wyvern!
All finished from here and now. In a bind. I love to break you all down.
Now. Laser spear. Here.
They'll pay for
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
I need to be stronger.
That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Sleeping on the ground beneath the heavens like this? Why, it's hard to complain.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
We should really get some rest. Another day, another Gald.
Where should I cast my line?
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one.
Finally. Made it.
Hi, Hoodle! Pierce evil! Not on my watch!
That's enough! Rising
I'm
Wiper!
surrounded!
Rising Wiper! Burn!
Eagle side!
Raging storm!
Rising Wiper!
You made quick work of her!
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Come apart to your heart's
Rising
content.
Wiper!
Nothing else freaking does it!
In an instant!
Impact block! Eat this! Come and get it!
Rising Wiper! Mirage! Rising Wiper!
I'm out of ammo!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Watch this!
Don't get in my way!
Mirage! Rising Wiper!
You are in tip-top shape.
Soon as I'm done here, come knock out.
How could a girl ever say no?
Where are you going?
Rising Wiper!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this!
Deus Roar!
Here, now!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Looks like we made it here in one piece.